Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, please subscribe and turn on your notification to stay updated. Today's episode focuses on Prince Harry's latest return to the United Kingdom, a visit that has once again captured global attention. Arriving without Meghan, Prince Archie or Princess Lilibet, Harry's trip has reignited questions about his relationship with King Charles, Prince William, and the royal family as a whole. Is this simply another official engagement, or could it quietly mark the beginning of a new chapter? Let's take a closer look at the story behind the headlines. Prince Harry's arrival in Britain has immediately become one of the biggest royal stories of the year. Every visit he makes to his homeland now carries enormous public interest because it combines official duties with deeply personal questions about family relationships. This time, however, there was one notable difference. Harry arrived alone. Meghan remained in California with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, continuing a pattern that reflects the family's ongoing concerns about security during visits to the United Kingdom. While Harry's primary reason for traveling was to support events connected with the upcoming Invictus Games in Birmingham, media attention quickly shifted toward another question entirely. Would this visit include private meetings with King Charles or Prince William? The answer remains uncertain, but the speculation itself demonstrates how closely the public continues to follow every development within the House of Windsor. Despite years of headlines surrounding royal tensions, Harry's return also serves as a reminder that Britain remains his birthplace, the home of many lifelong friendships, and the country where much of his charitable work began. Every visit naturally carries both professional obligations and emotional significance. Perhaps the biggest question surrounding Harry's visit isn't where he will stay or what events he will attend. It's whether meaningful conversations with his father and brother might finally take place. Reports of the family's strained relationships have dominated royal coverage for several years, making every opportunity for private contact a subject of worldwide curiosity. King Charles has continued carrying out an exceptionally demanding schedule as monarch, balancing constitutional duties with his own health and family responsibilities. Prince William, meanwhile, has taken on an increasingly prominent leadership role within the royal family while preparing for the future responsibilities that await him as king. Against that backdrop, any possibility of private discussions naturally attracts attention. However, royal history has often shown that genuine reconciliation rarely happens through public announcements or dramatic gestures. Instead, trust is rebuilt quietly, gradually, and away from cameras. If conversations do occur during this visit, they are unlikely to be publicized, reflecting the family's long-standing preference for keeping personal matters private whenever possible. For royal observers, patience may be the only realistic expectation. Family relationships, particularly those lived under global scrutiny, rarely follow predictable timelines. One of the most discussed aspects of this visit is undoubtedly the absence of Meghan, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet. When Prince Harry first indicated that he hoped to bring his family to the United Kingdom this summer, many royal observers saw it as a positive sign. It would have given Archie and Lilibet another opportunity to reconnect with members of the royal family and spend time in the country that remains such an important part of their family history. However, as the visit drew closer, plans changed, and Harry ultimately made the journey alone. Reports suggest that ongoing concerns surrounding security arrangements played a significant role in that decision, a topic that has remained central to Harry's relationship with the UK since stepping back as a working royal in 2020. From Harry's perspective, ensuring the safety of his wife and children has consistently been presented as a top priority. Over the past several years, he's pursued legal action and appealed decisions regarding the level of protection available to his family during visits to Britain. While those legal proceedings have generated considerable debate, they also highlight how differently the Sussex family's travel arrangements now operate compared to their time as senior working royals. Every visit requires extensive planning, private security coordination, and careful consideration of potential risks. These practical realities have inevitably influenced the family's decisions about when and how they travel. At the same time, it's important to recognize that these security decisions are made through established government processes rather than by individual members of the royal family. King Charles has repeatedly been described as having no direct role in determining security provisions, reinforcing the constitutional separation between the monarchy and government agencies responsible for public protection. That distinction is often overlooked in public discussions, but it helps explain why personal family wishes cannot always influence official decisions. Despite their absence, Archie and Lilibet remain an important part of the wider royal story. As the king's grandchildren, they continue to hold a place within the family regardless of where they live. Many royal supporters hope that, in time, circumstances will allow them to visit Britain more frequently and build stronger relationships with their grandfather and extended family. For now, Harry's solo visit reflects the current realities facing the Sussex family rather than any permanent closing of the door. It serves as a reminder that family connections often develop over many years, and future opportunities for reunion remain possible. Although media attention has largely focused on Harry's relationship with the royal family, the primary purpose of his visit should not be overlooked. He returned to Britain to support preparations for the next Invictus Games, an initiative that has become one of the defining achievements of his public life. Since launching the competition in 2014, Harry has remained deeply committed to supporting wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women from around the world. The Games have grown into an internationally respected event that celebrates resilience, recovery, determination, and the enduring spirit of military veterans. This year's milestone is especially significant as Birmingham prepares to host the Games, placing Britain once again at the centre of an event that has inspired millions. Harry's attendance demonstrates that, regardless of changes to his royal status, his commitment to veterans has remained consistent. The Invictus Games continue to unite competitors from dozens of nations, offering not only sporting competition, but also a powerful message about overcoming adversity and rebuilding lives after service. What makes the Invictus Games particularly remarkable is that they reflect values long associated with the royal family itself. For generations, members of the monarchy have maintained close ties with the armed forces, serving as patrons of military charities and recognizing the sacrifices made by service personnel. In many respects, Harry's work through Invictus carries forward that tradition. While his role within the institution has changed, his dedication to supporting veterans continues to mirror the wider royal commitment to public service. The Games also provide a welcome reminder that Harry's public contribution extends well beyond family headlines. During every Invictus event, the focus shifts away from royal discussions and onto the inspiring achievements of competitors who refuse to let injury define their futures. Their stories of perseverance often leave a far greater impact than any tabloid speculation. It is perhaps fitting that Harry's return to Britain centres on an event built around hope, resilience, and service, qualities that continue to resonate across political and personal divides. While Prince Harry's visit naturally attracts worldwide attention, the royal family itself continues carrying out its broader responsibilities with remarkable consistency. King Charles remains fully engaged in his constitutional role, overseeing state duties, supporting charitable organisations, and representing the United Kingdom both at home and abroad. Alongside him, Queen Camilla continues her work in areas such as literacy, domestic abuse awareness, and community engagement, reinforcing the monarchy's commitment to public service. Meanwhile, the Prince and Princess of Wales continue to shape the future of the institution through their own initiatives. Prince William has expanded his work on homelessness, environmental conservation, and mental health, while Catherine remains deeply involved in projects focused on early childhood development and family well-being. Together, they represent the next generation of royal leadership, balancing tradition with a modern approach to public engagement. Their steady presence has helped maintain confidence in the monarchy during a period of significant change. One of the royal family's greatest strengths has always been its ability to remain focused on long-term service, rather than becoming consumed by short-term controversies. Throughout its history, the monarchy has experienced moments of public scrutiny, personal disagreements, and changing public expectations. Yet its core purpose has remained remarkably consistent, providing continuity, stability, and a sense of national identity through generations of change. That long-term perspective helps explain why the institution rarely responds dramatically to every headline or public debate. Harry's visit forms only one part of a much larger picture. While discussions about family relationships understandably capture attention, the daily work of the monarchy continues uninterrupted. Royal engagements take place across the country, charitable organizations receive support, diplomatic relationships are maintained, and constitutional responsibilities continue to be fulfilled. Supporters of the royal family often point to this quiet consistency as one of the institution's defining qualities. Regardless of temporary challenges or periods of disagreement, the Crown continues looking ahead, focusing on service to the nation while leaving room for family relationships to evolve naturally over time. No one outside the family knows what conversations may or may not happen during Harry's stay in Britain. Yet history reminds us that reconciliation often begins quietly. Sometimes simply being in the same country creates opportunities that distance makes impossible. Although expectations should remain realistic, there is reason for cautious optimism. Families experience disagreements, sometimes lasting years, but many eventually find ways to reconnect. The royal family is no exception. Behind the titles, ceremonies, and public appearances are parents, siblings, and grandparents navigating relationships under extraordinary public attention. Whether this visit results in private meetings or simply lays the groundwork for future dialogue, it demonstrates that communication remains possible. Harry continues returning to Britain for causes that matter deeply to him, while the wider royal family continues serving the nation with stability and continuity. Perhaps that shared commitment to service will one day become the foundation upon which stronger family relationships can be rebuilt. Time, patience, and mutual understanding have often achieved more than public debate ever could. Thank you for joining us for today's discussion. What do you think? Could Prince Harry's latest visit to the UK open the door to better relations with King Charles and Prince William, or is it simply another chapter in an ongoing royal story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal discussions, historical insights, and in-depth analysis. Until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.